We're in the Pacific Northwest looking for Bigfoot again. We're in the Mount Hood area. We're at the base of Mount Hood. I don't know if where we're exactly right now is considered part of the volcano, but I think it is. I think we're on the edge of the volcano, and we're hiking in an area with several Bigfoot sighting reports. Rhododendron, Marmot, and Welch's is nearby, well known for Bigfoot sightings, road crossings, on trails, and we kind of found an unmarked trail, and Brody, Jenny, and I, we're gonna explore it and look for signs of Bigfoot activity. It rained all day yesterday, all night, and most of the morning, so if there's fresh activity, we're hoping to find something, and we're hiking on the edge of a river. Yeah, you'll have to look on our YouTube channel for Bigfoot sighting reports in Oregon. We've spent a lot of time here researching Bigfoot activity, and so we have quite a few hiking videos, driving videos, and our popular Bigfoot sighting report videos. We like to give you guys the reason that we're in a specific area, and Oregon is number 3 in Bigfoot sighting reports in the United States, Pacific Northwest, in the world. Washington's number 1, California's number 2, and we're in the number 3 spot. However, I feel like there's more Bigfoot in this state in California. There's just less people here to see them. That's a good-sized river down there. This would be a good day to see tracks in some of these spots. One thing I like about the Pacific Northwest is these coastal ferns that grow in these rainforest areas. And the moss on the trees. Isn't that just wild? When you think of Bigfoot and where Bigfoot lives, this has always been my stereotype all my life, is where we're at right now. Oh, a break. Does that look twisted to you? And look, it's happened more than once. Here's an old one. You can tell that's old. And here's the fresh one. Look, it's smashed down right here, Brody. The moss is smashed down like something actually grabbed a holder right there and smushed it. You see how the moss is sticking up right here? But it looks like something had grabbed it right there and smushed it down, possibly to break that. So what you did find may be a legitimate snap-off. And it's facing the crude trail. So maybe that's how they snap it and point, and you stay there and I'll stay here on the other side. I don't know, something to think about.
Yeah, something walked through there, through that grass recently.
Yeah, that would have been a disturbance today. With the rain that we've had, I don't think that's too old. Something, I don't know if you guys can tell where Brody was pointing, but I can see it where an animal went through this high grass. Kind of going in the direction where the snap-off is. I was skeptical that the rain was going to let up. I didn't think we were going to be able to hike today. It was raining so damn hard. They look like raspberry to you?
They're not though.
They look like those salmon berry ones.
I kind of want to see what that is. It looks like a place to hang a deer.
Oh yeah, it is.
What's up?
It looks like it, but there's not supposed to be any birds in here.
Looks like a blind?
Yeah. No, it looks like a
An animal
thing.
trail.
It's tied up with rope.
Well, maybe hunting used to be allowed here.
Or maybe somebody made a swing. That's good.
You wouldn't think it, but his yellow jacket actually blends in really well.
It does.
Did you see something?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. This. Block this little trail.
That right
Yeah, it's not going to keep people out, so it has to be more of a message.
And then that.
What? Oh, maybe it doesn't like people using this trail.
No.
Don't go that way. Should we walk down it?
Yeah.
I mean, if it says no, we have to, right?
Oh, I'm gonna get wet.
Oh, wow. Did you hear something?
That hanging sparkly thing. What is that?
That's kind of creepy, isn't it? What is it?
Maybe it's just random moss, but it doesn't look random.
It's sparkly. That's sparkly moss.
It's a pretty well used trail.
It's not a very long section, we have to make it up. Brody found something. Oh. Ouch. What'd you find?
It's like a little salamander or something.
Oh, Jenny's picked one of those up before.
What?
It's a salamander. The ones with the orange belly. He's in that leaf.
He's so cute.
Whoa!
He doesn't want to get off my hand because it's warm.
Yeah, I think he was trying to find a spot in the sun and he's probably like, oh, this feels good. Yeah, he's friendly, isn't he?
Come on, little guy.
See this the back in here? Look at it back in there. Nice
It's kind of like a little cave shelter area, isn't it?
little hideout. Back in there.
We should see if there's footprints or hair or poop.
It does look like it's pushed down a little bit.
Yeah, any
Like-
type of animal would love to roll up under there when it's raining.
It does look like something has been in there and pushed down all that foliage down in there. Yeah.
If I was having to do a survival night and didn't have much time to make a shelter, I'd crawl right back in there.
Yeah. It even looks a little dry back in the back.
The ferns are all smashed down in there. Something has been laying in there every once in a while.
Yep.
See how the ferns are smashed up against the wall of this natural formed tree and bankside cave. Looks comfortable to lay down in there. A little hidey hole.
This. Right there.
Oh, that looks Bigfoot shaped.
That does look like toes that dug in right there, doesn't it?
Yeah. I don't know if
See
you
that?
guys can see that, but
Right there. Toes. Those look like toes. See where it...
let's get a tape measure. Jenny, will you pull the tape measure out of my backpack? I'm a Bigfoot shaped up at the toes, climbing this embankment. Brody's gonna point out the toes and then measure the width.
So, this looks like a big toe. And then, these look like toe imprints to me.
And this is going up a steep embankment, folks.
I mean, there's no way to know how long it is because the heel could be hanging off. You don't know.
Yeah, that on something this steep, I doubt the back of the hill even touched.
Yeah, so let's see.
Brody's gonna get a width on the widest part.
It looks about 7 inches.
7 inches wide. Usually the length of a footprint is twice as wide as the width, so this should have been 14-15 inches long. That's generally the case, but not always.
From the actual print that you can see where it, that's 13. So,
Yeah, and I'm sure the hill didn't make impact at all. When I climb something this steep, my hill never touches. It's always the balls of my feet and my toes. Cool.
So,
And it would have been coming down to get a drink or to forage by the river. That was cool. Oh, I'll have Jenny take it. Oh, Jenny found where something's been messing with rocks.
Looking for food, but go and look at those rocks right there.
Something's been overturning them? Oh yeah. That rock's been pulled up. I think it's that rock. A couple of them got pulled out from
All
there.
down in there.
And then we just found a Bigfoot track leading away from there. I wonder if a Bigfoot was turning rocks, just like the bears will do. Oh yeah. Can you guys see the pockets where the rocks used to be?
Open it and down. See that big one right there?
Look at these. They got all pulled up. And this is recently. It's been raining. There should be standing water in there. This was today. This was today. Gonna look for footprints besides the one that Brody already found. When I first come down and I was checking out the river off to the left-hand side of me with me facing the river, I heard a bunch of commotion and I thought Brody and Jen had been hiking over that way. And I'm all looking and I couldn't see them. and then I see both of them directly behind me. And now we've found where rocks have freshly been overturned and some footprints that were going up the hillside that look awful Bigfoot shaped. So now we're looking around for more evidence and possibly a creature in the area. Crazy.
I was just
Some more
saying there's more
overturned
to
rock.
yeah.
These ones look older, so it looks like this same thing keeps coming down here. These are older than the fresh ones that we just found overturned. Yeah, we're all in agreement. Yeah, it very well could be a bear, but the footprint leaving the scene looks Bigfoot shaped, not bear shaped.
Yeah, but
At that steep climbing uphill, a bear would definitely leave claw tracks.
well, also bear wouldn't be real careful about leaving paw prints, and there would be around those rocks.
That's what I was thinking. Around all those rocks that have been pulled up, turned over, the fresh ones, it's not leaving any signs of tracks around them. A bear
Yeah.
wouldn't be that careful.
Not at all.
All right, folks, this is kind of crazy going on. I may have heard it. It may still be around here. I mean, that definitely wasn't you guys making all the commotion. You guys were directly behind me. All right, we got to look around, see if we can figure out what's going on here.
So this one right here is overturned out of this hole. I don't know if it's recent or not. It has some debris in there, so it looks like it's been a little while since that's been lifted out.
Yeah, we're finding evidence that something keeps coming up here and pulling up the rocks, more than likely to get what lives below them. And then will you point out this stick you found?
Oh yeah. So this is just carefully placed right here, and it's not the same wood as this tree, so I don't know where it came from.
It does look kind of carefully placed. Look, and it looks snapped off on both ends. Like,
Yeah.
you know, not a natural event to snap that so well on each side. Everybody knows Bigfoot has a snapping problem or a snapping habit.
More overturned rocks.
And look, and there must have been two rocks side by side in there, or it put another rock back in there after it pulled one up. I'm not seeing any claw marks anywhere, are you?
No, there used to be one right here too.
I wonder what it's eating underneath the rock.
Just trying to find any kind of easy meal, probably. So if you look, that large boulder was lifted up and placed up there. See that large boulder right here? This large boulder used to be here.
That looks like
You
a
see how it is
500-pound
there?
boulder.
You see that? It was just picked up and moved like that. So,
Yeah,
because it used to be in there.
I doubt me and you could pick that boulder up together without
No.
some crowbars and stuff.
Which one?
So this whole big rock
Oh hell.
was used to lay right here. And it's actually, it was twisted up like that.
That's nuts.
Yeah, you can see where the tip of it
Yep.
used to sit up there.
Yeah.
That's some outstanding strength.
And there's no moss here, so it's happened recently, because otherwise you would have moss.
Did you guys hear that big old boom? We're right next to the river and I still hear the boom.
This just happened though.
Look, something peeled moss off right here recently.
Yeah, I heard that boom.
Jenny blamed it on the water and I heard it that way though.
Yeah, I heard it over there.
Brody heard another one behind us, a boom. I say we go up on that upper trail and see what's going on up there. That's the direction the footprints were going, and that's the direction we keep hearing the boom. It's like a large boom like something throwing a large rock down on the ground, making it just boom. All right, we got to backtrack a little bit and then climb up higher, up on the mountain up there. See if we can figure out what went up there.
Something moved the moss right here today.
Yeah.
It was up here.
Do you think bears do that as they pass under?
I don't think the one's that tall.
I don't think.
Black bear, no.
That's almost 6 feet off the ground. It's the most poisonous salamander in the United States. But you have to have a wound, like lick it or eat it or whatever while you're touching it. A wound while you're touching it.
I think I'm good.
One of them somehow got in a couple of guys' coffee, that pot that they boiled, and I'm sure they didn't know it was in there and drank it, and it killed them both. That's the direction we saw the footprint going.
It's not a really good trail up there.
Looking to see where Brody went.
No, I didn't know if you guys were behind me or not.
No, whatever went up there, it looks very recent. And I'm not armed.
Yeah.
I've got some wrist brace on me.
I don't really know if I want to deal with something with this issue.
And Jenny's got her bear mace packed inside her backpack somewhere.
Hold on a minute, let me get this out.
Oh, you do have mace
I do.
back there? Yeah.
I don't like to rely on just me, so.